We are all part of God. Qualitatively, we are one with God. But quantitatively, He is great and we are infinitesimal. The Upanishad describes Nityo Nityanam Chaitanas Chaitananam Eko Bahunam Yovidadati Kama. That there is one supreme eternal being, God, and there are innumerable living beings who are always supported and dependent on Him. Now, what is the nature of the part? To serve the interest of the whole. As soon as the part fails to serve the interest of the whole, that part becomes useless. Just like in a machine. One little screw. What is the value of a screw? When it's in the machine, it's keeping the whole machine running. It's worth the value of the entire machine. But when that screw is separated from the machine, it's worth nothing. It has no value whatsoever. Similarly, all the parts of the body, they are meant to serve the whole of the body. There's a very interesting little story in one of the Puranas to illustrate allegorically the position of the rebellious living entities in this world. It is described that all the limbs of the body, the mouth, the eyes, the ears, the hands, the feet, they all met together. They had a conference. And they all began to complain. That we're working so hard simply to give food to the belly. And the belly, that lazy fool, all he does is sit there and enjoy. We're doing all the work. So let's go on strike. What do they call it in Bombay when everyone goes on strike? Banda. Banda. We are going to enjoy ourselves. What do we need this lazy loafer belly for? So the hand began to try to enjoy food by its own invention. And the feet, and the eyes, and the mouth. And no one would give anything to the belly. And after some time, what happened is every limb of the body began to become weaker and weaker and weaker. Until they all had an emergency urgent conference because they were all about to die. And they decided, I think we should call an end to this banda. And we should all work to serve the belly. And then we'll all be nourished and happy. It is the nature of the part, it must serve the interest of the whole. Krishna says in Gita, Aham sarvasya prabhavo mat sarvam pravartate iti matva vajante man buddha bhava samanditaha. He said, I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. I am the root of everything that exists. He is the root. Now, if you have a tree, there are so many parts to the tree. But every part of the tree is getting its nourishment from the root. If you water the leaves, and water the branches, and water the twigs, and water the bark, and water the trunk, with billions of gallons of water, but you don't put anything on a root, what happens to the tree? It dwindles and it dies. But if you simply put water on the root, automatically the whole tree is nourished. So it is the Dharma, it is the eternal occupation of every spirit soul to engage in the loving service of the Supreme Soul. Krishna describes in Gita, Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavam yaschasmi tattvata tatomam tattvato gyatva vishyate anantaram. It is only by this loving service that God reveals himself to his devotee. In the New Testament, Lord Jesus Christ was asked, you have given us so many instructions, so many regulative principles to follow. what is the first and greatest of all commandments? And he declared, the first and great of all commandments is to love God with all your heart, all your mind, and all your soul. And generations before Lord Jesus Christ, Moses, the leader of the Jews, the prophet of the Jews, God's chosen representative for that people, he explained that the foremost purpose of all religion is to love God with all your heart, all your mind, and all your soul. In the Islamic faith, what does Islam mean in Arabic? The word literally means to submit yourself with humility before God. And Krishna, he concludes the Bhagavad Gita with the ultimate instruction. Sarva dharman parityajma mam ekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva bhaktiyo mokshaisya vinasaja. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender to me. I shall protect you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. And Srimad Bhagavatam echoes the same conclusion of all the great seers of truth. Dharmasparhostatha puncham vishvakshenokatashya notpadyeyatircham srama eva ikevalam. Whatever religion you have, whatever occupation you perform, if in the end it does not culminate in pure loving devotion to the Supreme Lord, srama eva ikevalam, you have wasted your life. When we are speaking of religion, we are speaking of Sanatana Dharma, which means our nature, our inherent essence, is to know God, to love God, and to serve God in that spirit of love. So one may ask, what about the rest of humanity? If we're all sitting in the temple and just doing our puja to God, what about the problems of the world? What about everybody else? The Bhagavad Gita describes what is the consciousness of a person who knows and loves God. Vidyavanaya sampane brahmanika vihasti tumi chaiva sopapicha pandita samadarshana. Such a person sees every living being with equal vision. Whether one is a highly placed Brahmin, whether one is a businessman, whether one is a cow or an elephant, a dog, or even an untouchable so-called dog eater, Chandala. He sees every living being with equal vision. Why? Because he sees the lovable object of his life. That part of that beauty of God is within the heart of everyone. Therefore, the nature of one who purifies his consciousness through the process of Sanatana Dharma, loving devotion to the Lord, is the nature, the quality of the soul, in essence, shines forward. Because we are part of God, we have qualitatively the same nature as God. Satchit Ananda, eternal, full of knowledge, full of bliss. God is all merciful. He is the friend of every living being. He is compassionate toward all supremely. And one who develops godly qualities is of the same nature as the Lord himself. When the sun of love and compassion and devotion rises within our heart by removing the cloud of ignorance and misconception, then the rays of that sun shine freely in all directions. Does the sun discriminate where it gives its beneficial rays? Does the sun give its rays to the high class but not the low class? The educated but not the uneducated? The rich but not the poor? This is the nature of the love of a purified soul who knows God. So therefore, one who actually has attained this stage of bhakti or devotion, that person is the well-wisher, the friend, the compassionate servant of every living being. Because he is a servant of God, and he sees a part of God in everyone, he becomes the servant of every living being. He no longer wants to be the controller, the master. He simply wants to give, and to give. Now, what is the problem in this world? People think if only we have better science, better technology, better politics, better economics, more money, then we'll solve the problems of the world. But factually, on these levels, there really are no problems. There's only one problem: a lack of compassion. I can speak from my own practical experience, being born and raised in perhaps the wealthiest country and most influential, materialistic country in the world, America. In our country, there is so much fertile land, you cannot even believe it. And the government and the big industries, they pay farmers to not grow food. If you do not grow food with your thousands of acres of land, we will give you more money than if you grow it and sell it for the highest price. Now, if you were a farmer and you got that offer, what would you do? Work like a dog all year round to grow food? Hopefully you'll make the money, or just sit back, do nothing, and get more money? Quite a temptation, is it not? Over half the growth of the land in America at this time is being paid off not to grow anything. Why? To keep the prices down, so that the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. The law of supply and demand. The more supply, the less the demand, the less you charge. Basic economic principle you can learn in college. You can learn it on the streets too. Now, of the land that is being utilized for growing, over half of that land is being fed to cows for slaughter. For every 16 to 20 pounds of grain you feed a cow, you get 1 pound of meat. As far as feeding purposes go, 1 pound would feed 2 people 1 meal. 20 pounds of grain would feed everyone in this room. And of that small portion that's left, that's not being